Hey, good Thursday morning. Well, however you're watching us, whether it be on YouTube or Roku or through our app or on Facebook, we definitely appreciate you tuning in and catching the forecast update, especially since we've got some weather to talk about. Well, hopefully you're enjoying your day. Hi, I'm Chief Meteorologist Steve Bailon here in the First Alert Weather Center. We're getting ready to be tracking a round of some snow heading towards northeast Wisconsin. This is a storm system that we've been tracking for the past several days. We've been telling you about it all week, and now it's on the verge of actually getting here. So I think we need to give you some more updates and make sure we're getting this information out to you no matter where you're at. All right, let's give you a live view from our Green Bay Sky Cam. Well, that's not a bad looking view, is it? We're looking out towards the Brown County Courthouse. I see a little bit of blue sky, but we also do have some clouds mixed in there as well. They're a bit more noticeable the farther south you go. So some filtered sunshine. The temperature is 19 degrees. It's a little cold out there. The wind is not as strong. We've got a light southwest wind at 5 miles an hour, giving us a wind chill of 12 degrees. All right, forecast for today. Cold, but not as much wind as yesterday. A high of 37 around 4 o'clock this afternoon. We will see a mix of sun and clouds, and I think the skies will brighten up a little bit towards the end of your Thursday. Really, today is the quote-unquote calm before the storm. It's a little bit cliche, but it definitely helps us understand what's about to happen next. Our next weather maker, this storm system we've been telling you about, it's going to bring us accumulating snow late tonight into tomorrow morning. And the Friday morning drive is going to be slippery. So Friday is a first alert weather day. So this is an hour-by-hour look at first alert pinpoint predictors, snow chance. Any traveling this evening? Not a problem. But then after midnight, that chance of snow goes up in a big way. We're going to have snow in the pre-dawn hours, period. I would say that chance of snow for the Friday morning drive is around 80%. And we'll have had a few hours of some snow by the time you get into that morning grind. And so the snow will be sticking to the roads and they'll be slippery. I'm sure the plow crews are going to be out clearing off the roads, give them lots of space as they try to do their job tomorrow morning and try to keep us all safe. The National Weather Service just a few hours ago issued a winter weather advisory. This doesn't kick in until 1 a.m. tonight, and it lasts until 1 o'clock Friday afternoon. So it's a 12-hour window of snow in those blue shaded counties there, which is pretty much everybody except for Florence County and Menominee County, Michigan. 2 to 5 inches of snow is expected. And notice I put the phrase higher totals possible south of Oshkosh, south of Wautoma, across Marquette, Green Lake, Fond du Lac, maybe Sheboygan counties. And that's where it might get a little bit more than our forecast range of 2 to 5 inches. We'll see. Our satellite and radar combo shows some of the thin cloud cover across Wisconsin. Now, back across Minnesota, it is snowing. Those snow showers extend all the way back towards the Canadian Rockies. Low pressure north of Idaho has finally made its way onshore. You know, the past few days I've been watching that mass of cloud cover swirling over the Pacific Ocean, but that area of low pressure, this clipper, if you will, it's finally made its way into the Pacific Northwest, and it's going to be tracking south and east following the jet stream, the steering winds, all the way down into the lower Great Lakes, and that snow is going to follow the path of the storm and slide into Wisconsin very soon. So we need to time things out with First Alert Pinpoint Predictor. Here we are. This is 25 minutes from now at 9 o'clock, and you can see there's some sun, but also some passing clouds, which tend to be a little bit thicker the farther south you go. In the North Woods, it just might stay mostly sunny today. The sky should brighten up later in the afternoon. It is generally sunny to partly cloudy, 5 p.m. And then, after a fair evening, clouds will be increasing tonight. We won't get snow in the evening, but around and after midnight, here comes the snow, a swath of moderate snow across much of northeast Wisconsin, including the Fox Valley in the pre-dawn hours. And yes, it'll still be coming down as parents are trying to get their kids off to school tomorrow morning. That's assuming that they don't have any delays or cancellations. Probably have school, but I don't make that call. We'll see. Snow for the Friday morning drive. If you can give yourself an extra 10 minutes out the door, that could be huge for a lot of folks, because chances are you're not going to be able to, drive the same speed as you normally would. You're going to have to slow it down. Other people will be slowing it down. people taking those corners a little bit more gingerly as the tires spin and try to get traction. So if you can give yourself some extra travel time tomorrow with that snow coming through, that would be great. The steady snow will give way to more leftover flakes and leftover lighter snow showers as we go into Friday afternoon. And then other than a couple lingering flakes Friday evening, the snow is pretty much done by the time we get to about 7, 8, 9 o'clock. So looking at First Alert Pinpoint Predictor snowfall forecast, pretty uniform if you believe this. A lot of 2, 3, 4-inch totals. You'll notice that, Sheboygan is a little bit higher compared to Lakewood, for example. I think you have a higher probability of seeing the higher end of our 2 to 5-inch range the farther south you go. And the farther north you are, the less likely that is possible. Now, if we continue to go south, because I know some people like to travel across the state, maybe you have to go to Madison, maybe you got to go to Milwaukee tomorrow. Well, heavier snow is expected to set up there. This is going to be kind of near an area where there's a lot of rising air. The fancy schmancy weather word would be frontogenesis, where you've got that clash of the air masses and a lot of rising air, and that rising air really squeezes out even more snow compared to farther north, and it's in that narrow band across southern Wisconsin. We could be looking at higher totals, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 inches of snow. Now, the National Weather Service has issued that winter weather advisory in southern Wisconsin, but if this projection comes to fruition, it is quite possible the Weather Service out of Milwaukee may upgrade to a winter storm warning. I'm not in their camp. I don't know exactly what they're doing, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're looking to see what kind of weather data they get today, and if the data that comes in today matches what you're seeing here on Predictor, then that helps to build confidence for those folks in southern Wisconsin to upgrade from the advisory to the winter storm warning. And that warning could be as far north as perhaps Green Lake, Fond du Lac, Sheboygan counties. We'll see. But I think from the Fox cities and north, it's probably going to stay a winter weather advisory. I think there's a little bit more trust that in that part of the state that this is going to be a lower event, closer to 2 to 4, maybe 5 inches, as opposed to half a foot or more, which is more likely across southern Wisconsin, where there's that increase of instability, that rising air to squeeze out more snow. One thing that's going to be good is that this storm system, this weather maker, is not going to turn up a lot of wind tomorrow. Southeast, then northeast winds will be around 5 to 10 miles an hour, so without a lot of fierce wind. And because the snow is going to be kind of wet and sticky, there probably was not going to be a lot of blowing and drifting. And so if you have to travel in a rural open area, that's probably some good news. Don't get me wrong, the travel is still going to be a bit icy and dicey and slippery, but at least you've got that going for you. So there's the severe weather outlook. For tomorrow, it's in the moderate category, 2 to 5 inches of snow, especially falling in the morning. Friday, a first alert weather day. And you can see that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, it's low and watching for a possible upgrade. We're going to have some snow, switching over to some rain. Temperatures will be going up. That's why we're going to switch over to rain, and there's going to be a lot of wind as we go into early next week. Right now, we're at 19 degrees in Green Bay, wind chill 12, southwest wind at 5 miles an hour. And here's your forecast. Today, Thursday, high of 37, dry with a mix of sun and clouds, cold again, but not as much wind as we've had the past couple days. Turning cloudy tonight, late snow, so around and after midnight, slippery by dawn, a low temperature of 26. And then here's the First Alert 7-day forecast. 37 today, 37 tomorrow, except tomorrow we get that snow. And assuming that we get up to about 37, after the snow falls, we'll obviously be above freezing. There's probably going to be a little bit of some melting, some compacting of the snow. So Friday night, as the temperatures dip back in the teens, don't be surprised if some of that melting snow refreezes into some icy patches for early Saturday morning. Just a thought. Saturday looks dry. You'll have some sun mixed with a few clouds, partly cloudy, high 34. And then there's that storm system that comes in early next week. Late Sunday, some snow. Sunday night, chance of snow. Switching over to some rain on Monday as the wind begins to give the temperatures a boost into the 40s. And then we'll have showers trying to switch back to some snow on Tuesday, especially northwest of the valley. And I wouldn't be surprised as the storm system swings on through on Tuesday that we've got winds that are gusting up around 40 miles an hour. So the snow and the rain is a story for early next week, but the wind may be surprising. It may grab some headlines as the next several days go on into early next week. So obviously we haven't had some snow in a while. We kind of have to get used to driving in it. So we actually have to find our snow shovels. I'm sure they're back in the garage with some cobwebs. And yeah, we're gonna have to get ready for that. We will hopefully be ready for this snow, this weather maker coming in tomorrow. One way you can get ready is to download our free WBAY First Alert Weather app, unless you are watching this streaming weathercast on the app, which is very possible. But if not, get it for free. You can scan the QR code on the right side of the screen. Come on, there it is. See, I told you it would be back. And that'll get it to your device lickety-split. And it really is helpful because we send a lot of videos out multiple times a day, and we try to share the freshest information that we get with you. You actually get the freshest information faster on the app than you do watching our newscasts. Our newscasts, of course, go into some greater detail. But if you just want lightning fast weather data, our app is definitely the way to go. Coming up on Action 2 News at noon and at 4, meteorologist Bo Fogel is going to pour through the latest data, and he'll be updating the forecast for you. And a little spoiler alert, Bo is actually in for me tomorrow morning because I'm going on spring break with my family. I know I'm actually going to miss the snow tomorrow. Can you believe that? So Bo, he's ready to go, and he's going to be covering the snow and keeping you in the know. But we're happy to make sure that you are first alerted to what is going on with the snow. All right, let's switch back to me. There I am there. You know, I wanted to answer a question that I was asked on Facebook recently. Somebody had asked me, you know, why is it so windy? It seems like it's always so windy around here. And there's some reason why, although I think that we all tend to have a little bit of recency bias when it comes to wind. But, you know, we've hit that time of the year where we really have a clash of the air masses across the country. Like, now, right now, we're in the cold air, but remember the warm air we felt over the past few weeks? Well, that's just down to the south of us. And, you know, when you have a clash of the air masses like that, you tend to have stronger differences in barometric pressure, stronger highs and stronger lows. And when you get these stronger storm systems, especially the one coming through early next week, that great difference in barometric pressure, because of the change in temperature across the region, it tends to churn up more wind. And so there's not a lot of wind with this weather maker coming through tomorrow. It actually, honestly, is not a big storm system. It's just going to drop us several inches of quote-unquote nuisance snow for those who don't want it. It's the storm system coming in early next week. It's going to have a lot more jet stream energy. And again, that feeds on the differential in temperatures across North America and the difference in barometric pressure, helping to churn up a lot of wind. And you'll really feel that wind as we go into Monday and especially Tuesday. So there's a lot of active weather ahead as Mother Nature has her own March Madness. It's Mother Nature's March Madness, not the basketball kind, the weather kind. All right, I will let you go. Thanks for sitting in here on this live stream for the past 10, 15 minutes. We'll be back on with Action 2 News coming up on our mid-morning show at 9 a.m. Catherine Bracha will have the latest news stories. And as a reminder, Catherine will be on tomorrow morning giving you the very latest on our traffic situation on Action 2 News this morning. We'll have a couple live reporters showing you what's going on out on the roads. That way you can kind of get an idea of like, okay, how slippery is this for my morning drive? We want to make sure that we've got you and your family covered to help keep you guys all safe. All right, thanks for tuning in. Have a great Thursday.